Trying to get everything level. Go back.
Hey,
Man, man.
You always singing. That's cool, man. That's
hey,
what's
man,
I
up.
love it. I
That's
love it. I
what's
I
up,
love
man.
I can't help myself.
That's what's up.
I
That's
love
what's up.
it.
Y'all forgive
I
me.
love
Forgive
it.
me.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
What you do the most, you do well. Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
it,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Man,
Yeah.
this is Steven Cedric talking to the band. I'm Steve.
Hey, I'm Cedric. How y'all doing out there?
Man, Cedric, tonight
Oh,
we are
wow.
rocking with, I
Yeah,
mean, the
buddy.
teddy bear of R&B, baby.
Yep.
I'm talking about
Yep.
the cat that'll crew you
The
to
crooner.
death, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
he has opened up for me people like Frankie Beverly and Mays. He has sang with Charlie Wilson. I mean, the list goes on and on and
Anthony
on and
Hamilton.
on.
Yeah.
Those are the greats, man. Anthony
Yeah.
Hamilton, that's one of his hit singles he got with him. We are
Yeah.
talking about LeVelle.
LeVelle.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all.
What's up,
Hey, hey.
baby?
Thank y'all so much for having me, man. It's truly a blessing.
Yeah,
It's
man.
our pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Man,
Wow.
yeah.
LeVelle, I'm a big fan.
Me
Thank
Cedric
too.
you.
loves you, man. We talk about you all the time. We trying to
Yeah.
get you to come to the big Rockford, man.
Hey, let's
Man.
get it, man. Let's get it. I want to come.
Yes,
Cool.
Yeah.
sir. Man, how you been doing? Don't tell everybody how you been doing and what's been happening with you.
Man, it's been a blessing, man. Just moving forward, man. And big shout out to God and my team for just, pushing and help making the way and allowing me to be the artist and be creative. It's a beautiful thing when you got a team, man, that take care of business. And because for a moment I was trying to do everything, man. The business, the artist, the shows, just doing everything. So
Oh, my God.
uh but that's the way you got to be, man, until God put the right people in your path, man. And he definitely did, man. And it's definitely ordained. Big shout out to my team at Push Group Entertainment. And so, man, we have a thing of staying in our lane and pushing according to how we feel and what we move and what's best for us, not trying to be like the Joneses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
you gonna like rebuilding, man, like
Yeah,
revamping things, really. So that's
yeah. I mean, the business is the business, man, and challenges come, on a daily basis.
Mhm.
And I've been through a lot. And with being on the side of great people like Charlie Wilson and Frankie Beverly, and things were going so great, COVID hit. And then, getting out with Frankie and traveling and touring the world with him up until he passed on his farewell tour, and then losing the manager that managed Frankie and myself.
Oh, wow.
And then me and Frankie kept going, man. And I'm not knowing what God is doing, man, but at that time, I'm just still pushing forward and asking God to order my steps, man. And so when me and my team got together now in that push group, man, my manager Chuck Bird now, it was like this is everything I've been praying for, because everything I went through was preparing me for where we were going.
Mhm.
And so uh he came in at a time where life was challenging, the business was challenging. And so like you said, just rebuilding, rebranding, and doing the things the right way. So when the floodgates open, man, we can handle it and we can keep it pushing.
yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
you ever feel like giving up?
I mean, absolutely. It's
Wow.
because it's tough, man. It's um you know I guess when you're trying to do the positive thing, you're trying to be who you are as a person.
Mm,
Um, we're living in a time now where we move off of negativity. We move
Man.
off of
Whew.
a lot of negative hate.
Man, you sure right
If,
there.
if we pushing that kind of stuff, man, I'd have been blew up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
and I'm just moving in the timing that God has for me.
Mhm.
And that's part of my team now that helped me realize that. You know, just because you see this person doing what they doing, you don't know what they done been through, you know. So you just stick to your journey,
That's sure
your
right.
ride, man. And you know, it's been a blessing. That's all I can say. It's been a blessing, man, and I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, while we on this, you know, you had a hit single with Anthony Hamilton.
Yes, sir.
Really, oh my God, bro. That is
Yeah.
Yeah, great song. Yeah.
amazing song, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about that. Cause I mean that really sort of, I would say just really launched you like in a whole nother atmosphere, man. You know what I mean? Like just
Absolutely.
pushed
You know,
further along.
absolutely.
So how did that, all come about with Anthony Hamilton and the writing of that song?
Well, man, I mean, you know, still going back to putting in that work. I was blessed to do a couple shows with Anthony Hamilton before we even considered doing a record together. And I've always liked Anthony's thought process, what he believed in. I love how he, you know, would give back not to just the fans, but he would give back to the craft of music and great music and pushing for the things that he loved. And so, you know, I told myself, man, the first show I did with him, I said, man, one day I want to do a song with this guy. And because Anthony is so humble, man. He's a
That's
humble
what's up.
soul, man, and he's down to earth. He don't do the Joneses, you know.
Yeah.
If it's a great thing, it's just a great thing, man. And then, you know, if you guys ever met him, man, you'd be like, man, that's a true real brother. And so I had a vision of this song at like 3 in the morning. And I called my guy one of my guys that I write with, Jay Sean Champion, and I gave him the vision, man. And before I knew it, probably by noon the next morning, man, we had the song completed. And so at first, you know, I wanted to do a song. I wanted to do it actually with a female. Um, and you know, we were thinking like, you know, somebody like Fantasia or Kiki Wyatt or Lettucey. But then, you know, this was like, wow, this could be an anthem for guys because a lot of times, you know, we as men, we don't put out there, you know, that love can be a beautiful thing. You know, not if you're not Keith Sweat or Johnny Gill, you know, this new age thing, man, they ain't trying to
Right.
push that.
Right. Right.
And so, you know, I was like, man, let's, you know, my one of our other partners, Sean, was like, man, let's reach out to Anthony. We got the song to Anthony, man, and he, you know, he immediately said, I'll do it. This is me right here. And man, I'll never forget he had a concert at Chastain Park in Atlanta. He was the headliner. And I flew out because I'm out of Kansas City. That show was in Atlanta. I flew out just to support him, just to go to the show. And man, not knowing, you know, me going to that show, me and Anthony ran into each other. And the brother got done about 11:45 that night. And he said, Vel, let's get this song cut. And so I'm making phone calls, got,
Whoa.
got got the studio, 1 o'clock a.m.
Wow.
And so, you know, we riding in the car, and then Anthony says, Vel, you know, it's meant for us to do this song. And I said, well, you know, what you mean? You know, I was like, man, I'm grateful. You know, we gonna do this. So the address was 1040 something Hamilton Street. And I didn't catch on to it. And he was like, LeVelle, did you know what the address was? And I said, yes, 10 something Hamilton. And I'm like, Anthony Hamilton. And it was just like, it was crazy, man, that whole night, man. So we stayed in the studio all night. We got it done. I had to take him straight to the airport. And the rest was history, you know.
Man,
So
that's crazy. Wow.
yeah. So Anthony really, you know, outside of me doing the things I've done, opening up for, you know, Fantasia, Charlie Wilson, and then becoming Charlie Wilson's background vocal and then lead singer. You know, prior to that, I put in a lot of work, man, you know, opening up for great people like Al Green, Robin Thicke, Keith
Oh,
Sweat,
wow.
Joe, the OJs, the Isley Brothers, Eric Benet, Dave Hollister, Tank, uh, After Seven, Raheem Devine, Dave Hollister, Teddy Riley. So the list just,
goes
you know,
on,
it
man.
just goes on, man. And I'll never forget, I had a chance to open up for the Temptations. That's when Ollie Wilson was still living.
Yeah.
And man, he just
Bad
was
dude.
like, whoo. And I mean, that was just a moment, man. So you know, just putting in a lot of work, man. And so for that to happen, man, when it came with me and Anthony Hamilton, a lot of people were saying, we knew you had it. But you know, I'm finding out that they want you to have it, but they want you to go get it. So when you
Yeah.
get it, you got it. You know, they ain't gonna just put you on, you know, but you got to go put in the work, man. And if you do, you know, I'm a living witness that it can come true.
Man, out of all that experience, man, did you ever feel like, man, when is it my time? I'm with all these people, you know, and I know I can do it. Was there ever a time like that?
Well, yeah, especially for me because a lot of people put me in the category of a drill alert. Uh,
Really?
yeah, because it's, you know, for me, man, I watched drill alert coming up a lot, man. I can remember the days getting up Sunday mornings, man, and my mom would wake us up on just cooling. And so I used to study him, man. And so my thing with that meaning, and then with the training with Charlie and being with a lot of other great people, uh, I just really take it serious, you know. And so any opportunity I get on the stage, I just, you know, a lot of people say, hey man, don't kill yourself, you know, trying to please the people.
Ah,
And for me, it's like I can't just downgrade me giving my all and leaving it on the stage.
yeah.
So, you know, when it's time for me to perform, man, I'm some kind of way I'm gonna connect and we're gonna have a great time and I'm gonna give you all I got.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and,
that,
and
What's
with,
up?
and with that being said, man, a lot of times, you know, people say it's, you know, I hate to say it's like this, but a lot of times people say, hey man, that brother making us work too hard, you know.
Yeah.
and
Wow.
and and I don't look at it like that, but I just look at it like,
yeah,
you know, it's a gift and it's a
Yeah.
blessing to be out in
right.
front of people doing what you love. So why not give it all you got?
And you
Yes,
can
sir.
go, man. Let me tell you,
Yes, sir.
you can go. You
Yeah,
Wow.
can
I
go, bro.
appreciate
You
it.
you get snapped.
Wow.
You really ain't an opening act. Let's
Not
just
at
put that
all.
out there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
really
and then
not an opening act.
I never forget, man, great brother Walt Reeder, man, with the Black Promoters Association. You know, he sat me down one day and he said, LeVelle, let's find a way to get you that number two, number three guy.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you never know you'll be that guy. And I didn't really understand what he was saying at the time, you know, because I'm like, I'm grateful just to be on a show, a lineup with, you know, I can remember the lineups where it's me opening the show, Joe, Frankie Beverly Mays, the Isley brothers,
Mhm.
and I'm opening up the show on this kind of lineup and
Yeah.
13,000 people, man, and they said we've never seen an opening act
Ooh,
come in and demand the stage like you done.
yeah.
Like we've never seen it. It was like, how did you do that? And for me, man, once again, it's just about, you know, giving the people something that they can relate to and just pouring your heart out to them, man. So
Yeah.
you know, I think of those things and I don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way, that single is When We Fell in Love. Make sure y'all check it out.
Yeah.
Stream
Yes,
that,
sir.
download that.
Yeah.
You gotta have that.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
In
sir.
your playlist. You
Yes,
know what I mean?
sir.
That gotta be a rotation now.
Yes,
Get that.
sir.
You got a new single out too, All in Love, I believe.
That's the new project, LeVelle All in Love. The new
Okay.
single out right now is Tongue Tied,
Tongue tie. Okay.
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 which is doing some great things as well. Prior to Tongue Tied, we had excuse me, Don't Play with Love.
Right.
We
Ooh.
had Only Is.
Hold on, LeVelle, hold on. You can't
Yeah.
pass that up like that. You can't pass that up.
Yeah,
Woo, don't
man.
play with love.
Yeah,
Bruh,
man. Yeah, yeah,
bruh.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, you seem to be the only cat really promoting love in a cool way, if I can just put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Well,
some people do it can be corny. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Be kind of like,
yeah,
cats don't
yeah.
ain't gonna feel it, ain't gonna want to get it,
Right.
but you do it in a way that bros be like, oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm feeling this right here.
Well, and see, and it still goes back to, again, great leadership. You know, I big shout out to Eric Nolan Grant of the OJs.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, he's been a part of my journey as well, and a lot of songs you hear now, they don't have bridges. They don't, the songs now
Right,
is two
right. Sure
minutes and
don't.
15 seconds.
Yep.
And he was like, when you have a bridge in your song, that's when people know you were going somewhere
Yeah,
with it.
yeah.
So,
Right.
he's a big advocate of, LeVelle, keep that bridge going, man. Keep the storytelling going. Keep it where how music used to be, man. And he was like, brother, I'm telling you, you gonna win. And it separates me from the artist that's out now versus, they feel like, hey man, you've been here, but why haven't you really, arrived
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
know you can? And at the end of the day, man, it's timing, and
Yes, it is. Yep.
you don't get anything overnight. So I'd rather weather it out like this, man, and have longevity at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Do
So
you
the
do
dude, go ahead. Go ahead, Sid.
do you feel, you're such a big crooner? Do you think that's coming back as a male singer, or is it you're by yourself out there?
I feel like it's coming back. I feel like it's coming back. You got great people like Keith Sweat. Uh, Man, I just love being around him and his energy, going to his shows. And I know a lot of people say, hey man, he's this, he's that. But if you go experience one of those shows, man,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
he he has that thing where he pours it out. He croons.
Mm-hmm.
Some people call it whining, but he croons, and he give you everything he got. So great people like that. You have a lot of artists now, man, that are they going back to that, and they seeing that that's where it's at right now,
Yeah,
and thank God the people are receiving it, and they're pushing it, because that's the music that's missing.
yeah. It
It's
is.
it's it's missing, for a man to say, hey, I'm vulnerable. It's okay for a man to cry. It's missing. Everything is sex, drugs, or
Yeah,
me coming up, I never heard a song where we were encouraging our old lady to, go out and be the stripper and make that money and bring it home.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I hear you. I
so
hear you.
we just living in a different time, man. So
Yeah.
it's up to people like myself to help try to keep that legacy alive of great music and substance and storytelling.
Yeah.
That's what's up,
Now, I
man.
want to just get back what you have been going through in terms of rebranding and that. How has that affected your new music that you got coming out with this new project?
Man, it's really been a blessing. Uh, because with the new branding, man, my team now over at Push Group, he says it all the time. We do things a little unorthodox. And we caught a little backlash behind it. But I would say for the music now, man, it because it's allowing me to really come out and speak and do the things that I want to do, the things that I want to talk about, because so much is lifted off of my plate, where
Mm.
the tech, man, it's like, well, you don't really have to worry about your business side of it.
Mhm.
Ooh,
And you
boy.
you don't have to worry about
Man, you talking. Yeah,
trusting
yeah.
trusting your partner, man. Like
Right.
my team now, man. Like I said, man, I thank God for everything I've been through, because it helps me really appreciate what he didn't put in my life now, man. So I mean, from finances to, I put it like this. My team now, I didn't understand it at first, but we went out and we bought a brand new Sprinter
Mm.
before we had shows lined up.
Really?
We went
Wow.
out, we went out and bought all our backline before we had shows.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, we spending money on a Sprinter, we getting all this equipment. I'm like, we need to be doing the other stuff to get the music out there.
Yeah.
But then stuff came up, and they says, can y'all do this show? Yeah, and we have our own backline.
I was
Can
gonna
you
ask that
guys
question. Yeah.
can
Wow.
you guys get to a show? Yeah, we got a Sprinter and a coach bus. So
Whoa.
his thing is, we not going to have to get ready when God do what he do.
Boom.
We're gonna be ready.
Boom.
So
Yes, sir. Yes,
when
sir.
I tell you, man, I done got chills, man. When I tell you my team now, so to go back to what your question was,
Yes, sir.
the music is getting ready to be. If y'all think y'all heard something with Fell in Love and that's my song and Don't Play with Love and Only If and Tongue Tied, y'all just stay tuned because I see things clear. I see things different. When you an individual and you got to worry about how the band is gonna do this, how you gonna do this, how you gonna get a show, how you gonna get this done, how you gonna get this music done, how you gonna get this placed, how you gonna get this in the right direction, how you gonna get your stuff copywritten. When you have to worry about all of that, man, somewhere on the line you're gonna lack in something. But when you have a team that all you have to do is just stay healthy and hit the stage.
Yeah.
You're free, baby. You're free.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And then, when tours come up,
Yeah.
With touring, a lot of people know the back line. All this stuff is so costly.
Yes, it is.
Now we able to go out and do a tour and then supply the back line for the whole tour.
So you travel primarily with a band?
Yes, sir. 3-piece band. But we have everything for a 4-piece or 5-piece. We got 2 sets of everything.
Man, that's what's up.
2 sets of drums, 2 different sets of keyboards, 2 sets of bass amps, 2 sets of guitar amps, everything, man. We it's like basically controlling our narrative, without us getting the opportunity to do the show, but we can't get there. Or an opportunity to do the show and we have to reduce the price because the back line is so much. So it's just like I said, to go back to what his question was, all I can say is stay tuned, and the music is it's opening up even more, because I see things clear. I can speak from my heart, and it puts me in a mindset to really focus on, because I'm a big advocate of coming from my heart and speaking from stuff that I know other people can relate to, And when you could do that, man, because that's what it's about, touching somebody else along the way.
Yes, it is.
I'm free to do that now,
Yeah. Before my partner said to get in with his line of questions, I want to talk to you about one more thing that I feel was really important, man. And you had to be really blessed and fortunate to be in this position. And that's opening up for Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Yeah.
Frankie, man. May God be pleased with him, man. What was that like, and what did Frankie pour into you that you won't ever forget, that really helped you?
Man, I think the thing for me that really helped me with just in my life and just in general is having somebody as somebody great as Frankie Beverly to take time out, because he definitely didn't have to do that, but for him to pour in to a young man like myself, give me a lot of advice. I got a clip, man, of me and him being out one night, and the discussion was up, what do it take in this day and time to become an artist? And he was basically saying, stay true to yourself, keep God in your life, and ask God to show you the way. And if it's God's will, he'll give you the opportunity, but it's up to you what you do with your opportunity. And he was like, they never said I would make it. And he said, look at me now, And so basically he just, he instilled in me so much, man, him and Charlie Wilson, to just always leave it on the stage, always give the people, everything you got, man. You find a way to connect with them people. If you jumping up and down and them people are connecting with you, give it to them. If you got to shed a tear and you on that, give it to them, man. If you got to give out a rose, find a way to connect, man. So they really, you know, for people like Frankie and the OJs and Charlie Wilson and the Keith Sweats and the legends like that, man, that was like artist development for me. But with Frankie, you know, it's so much he, you know, impacted my life with, you know, and if I could leave it with anything, it's just always knowing that every time you get an opportunity to be out in front of people, you know, be respectful, give them your all, and always show love.
That's
Mm.
beautiful, man. That
Yeah.
is beautiful, man.
Because, you know, in this day and time, a lot of artists, they feel like, hey, I've arrived.
Yeah.
Y'all done paid and bought a ticket. I ain't got to take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got to say hi. I ain't got to shake your hand,
Yeah.
you know, but we'll be the first one to say, hey, y'all, please go out to my merch table.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buy this, buy that, but, you
Yeah.
know, won't even take a picture. So Frankie was like, you know, everybody that got to him, you know, he took a picture. Everybody that wanted to say hi, he stopped and talked. So it's just about just being a great person, man. Just being nice to
I
somebody
hear
else
you.
along the way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Man, that's beautiful, man.
Yep.
That is beautiful, man. For
Yeah.
all the people that's new to LeVelle, what do you think they would expect when they come to see you perform? And is there a signature sound that you know that separates you from everybody else?
Well, I think the thing is right now, man, I've one day I try to stay away from the blogs and looking up what people say. But man, one day I did it and I saw so much positive things where people were saying, if you guys go see this guy perform, y'all in for a treat. Like this guy touched my soul. I had one lady say, you know, I was thinking about committing suicide, and this brother sung a gospel song, and he just touched my heart, and they, you know, a lot of things was just like, you guys are in for a treat. You know, if you go see LeVelle perform, he's a great performer, a great guy. And you know, just to know that I'm getting that kind of response is just, it's a beautiful thing, because at the end of the day, that's my goal, is to just touch somebody along the way.
Wow. Wow. Now, did you start in church? You were a drummer, right? You're a drummer now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drums was everything to me, man. You couldn't get me off a pair of drums. And
Yes,
you know, I
sir.
used to watch my cousin sing all the time in the gospel group. And I said, man, if I ever sung, I want to touch people like him. I mean, he was singing, have them crying and falling out. And you know, I was like,
Was he
that's,
quartet? Was he
yeah,
quartet? Was
he was
Oh,
quartet, man.
whoa.
Oh,
Oh
He was
boy. I
quartet.
shouldn't have said that.
yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Hey, we
Man,
some quartet heads, bro.
Oh
hey
boy.
man, he was quartet, man. Them jokers would drive you for about 30, 40 minutes,
Yes,
one
sir. Yes,
song.
sir.
And man, I'm talking about church packed.
Yeah.
When they got done, man, everybody crying. And I'm like, man, I didn't know you could do this, you know. So you know, just watching him, man. Big shout out to my cousin Michael Boykin. But watching them grow up, man, and you know, they gave me a shot one day. My other cousin, he couldn't make it to rehearsal because he was the drummer and the singer.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I was like, hey, I got the drums. They was like, well, we might as well put the mic over there to you too, you know. And so they did a trick on me. The song that they were doing was so high. Uh, they did this song for about probably 20 minutes in rehearsal. But there, it was high for them, but it was my natural.
Yeah.
And so, you know, as long as they can sing it, I'm with you, you know. And so I noticed they was laughing, and I'm playing drums, and I'm, you know, I'm on this note. And so when they got done, they told me what they did, but they was like, man, you really ought to pursue singing. We sung that song to see if you was gonna break, because we knew that song was
Wow.
too high. And I never broke. It was my natural. And
Oh,
so the only other time I experienced that, I was doing sound check with Charlie Wilson. I was on a show with the Daz Band, the Barcades, Charlie Wilson, and myself. And so when I did sound check, Charlie Wilson's wife came out, and she was like, she went and got Charlie and was like, you need to come see whoever this is opening up this show. And so I'm doing sound check. I turn around, it's Charlie Wilson and Larry Dawson of the Barcades.
Yeah.
And so Charlie was like, God, man, your range. He's like, you remind me of a young me. You know,
Yeah,
so
wow.
that was really, man, that was a blessing. So like I said, man, it's one of those things, man, when I found out, I had it, that's when I went into everything that I could do to help develop who I am today.
I always thought drummers was the best lead singers.
Stop
I,
it.
Well,
Stop
we know pocket and timing, so we
yeah.
know. Yeah.
it. You didn't think that, Cedric. You did not think
Well, yeah, he's a drummer, so yeah, right, right. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm with you, Cedric. I'm with you, man. C and B, we all we got.
that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question I ask all everybody that comes on the show. Uh,
Uh-huh.
Streaming. What's your views on streaming?
Well, I mean, I think it's the new wave of time. I can remember as I was growing up, I can remember 8 tracks,
Yeah,
and
me
so
too. Yeah,
I remember where, listening to the Isley Brothers and Al Green on the 8 track. I'm like, what this big old square thing,
yeah.
and it went from 8 tracks to,
That.
you had albums, but in the car you had cassette,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
so it went
mm-hmm.
from that to CDs and, MP3s and downloading. And so I think it's a thing of the new wave of what they're doing. And but if you notice, I've been having so many people hit me up and say, hey man, we don't really do the downloading and the streaming. But if you ever get a chance, can you please, we'll buy a CD or LP.
Yeah,
So it's kind of going back to that, as artists, it's about us getting back out doing it how we used to do it. Out of the trunk, at the music store, you
oh,
know,
that's interesting. Wow.
doing what it's taking. And I mean, people are buying albums again, you know. So, do I like streaming? I can't say I don't like it because, I see a great little piece of money every month
Yeah,
from
yeah,
streaming,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not it's not equivalent of, you selling your CD for $10 or $15 versus $1 or people going to purchase your whole project for $1. It's different. So it take a lot to accomplish, a few pennies out of it, man. But I think it's just one of those things we have to roll with in time, and as artists, do what works for you. And I when this streaming stuff really started happening, I used to wonder how. I remember doing a show with Howard Hewitt, and it was probably 500 people there at this show. It was just me and Howard Hewitt.
Mm,
And Howard was selling his CDs for $25. And don't you know, he sold out
$25?
$25. And he sold out.
Wow.
Man, that's
He sold
robbery,
out.
man.
And I
That's
was
right.
like,
Wow.
I didn't understand because I'm thinking, I did what you did. I'm thinking $10, $15.
Yeah.
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 But the fact of it is that people appreciated him even having a project that they can purchase versus the downloading and the streaming, where he could physically sign it and personalize it. That meant more to the people than the people not even getting your project and not being able to do certain things. So, once again, and it's sad to say, London over in the UK, them people, they will stay there all night long. If you got merch, they gonna buy it all from you. So, it's at a time now where we as artists, we just have to get back to the hustle and the grind.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
got them in the trunk. Let's a big event here. Pull up, man. People are still
Wow.
buying. Yeah.
Man, I didn't see that coming.
I
Yeah.
didn't either. I didn't see
I didn't
that
see
one
that
coming
coming.
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Wow, man. Do you
Yeah.
remember your first break? How did you get your first break?
Man, I got my first break here in town. We have a place here called the Blue Room. It's a jazz place.
Hmm.
Me and some guys, Dewan and Dre, AJ and Cedric, we basically like helped brand this place called the Blue Room. When we first started off, it was probably 10, 15 people. Before we were done, it was doing 300, 400 people, and I think you can only get 300 in there. We were getting 400 to 450 in there. And
Wow.
damn, been there,
it
boy.
was a guy named
Wow.
Bob Kendrick that's over the Negro League
Mm-hmm.
here in Kansas, man. And so he heard about me and he came in and man, he put me on a bunch of shows. I remember I was on the show with Trey Songz when he first came out. He had
Oh,
the song
wow.
Can't Help But Wait. So it was me, Kim Burrell, After Seven, and Trey Songz. And this was a televised show. They had all the baseball players in town. And from that, I did that a couple years with Buck O'Neill's birthday bash. Then there was a local promoter said, hey man, I've been watching you just really demand and doing what you're doing. He says, I have a major concert. He said, I'm gonna pay you, and we want you to do your band. And I want to know if you want to do it. I want to give you your shot. And I'm like, okay, so who's on the show? He said, man, we got Charlie Wilson, the Barcades, the Dash Band, uh, and LeVelle. You go be the opening act, and everybody's coming with a band. So, get ready. That was my first major show back here in my hometown. And from there, man, it's just, I just been going and staying consistent and learning that it wasn't about the money every time. It was
Yeah.
about just being seen,
Yeah.
Coach.
because
Yeah.
one promoter seen me with this show, and then they said, man, whoever that opening act is, we want to bring him to Arkansas, and then they say, hey, we want to bring him to Memphis. We want to bring, and see, at the time, they didn't know some of those shows I wasn't getting paid for. They just felt like this guy was so talented. What is this guy's fee? We want to bring him to Chicago. We want to bring him here. And so from there, it just kept going, man. So over time, it took a minute, but over time, I developed to know who's who and what's not.
So you was paying your own way to get there?
Some of At first, some of the shows I definitely was.
Man,
Yep.
you talking about dedication, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean from traveling, but doing that, once again, if I was doing the show for you, you didn't know if this guy was paying me or not.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
so
hear you.
when you came and said, hey man, we really enjoyed your show, man, what would it take to get you over here in Meridian, Mississippi? And I'm out of Kansas. And I said, well, I want to work with you, man. I want to support what you're doing, man. Just I rounded it up at the time because I didn't have management. So, I made it work to where I said a number and they were like, that's it.
That's all. You're right.
And I'm
Right.
thinking, wow, because I can remember my first paid gig. I think I went to Oklahoma, which was 3 or 4 hours. No, it's 3.5 hours from home. And I think my first paid gig, man, I probably pulled in like 7,500, So after paying everybody and taking care of everything,
Yeah.
I walked away. I'm like, okay, man, if I can get me one of these a week,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all right,
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but as I was developing and being around other people and learning the business, it was like, oh man, yeah. So, a lot of it, yeah, you do have to invest in yourself.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Do you feel the younger artists coming up, do you think that that route they need to take most of the time?
Well, so let's go here. And this ain't something I'm saying. Let's just look at it for real. The younger artists that's coming in now, they come out with a great song. A year from here, you never hear from them again.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
So why is that? They didn't invest in themselves. They didn't learn the business. They had somebody that seen a lick and they fell for it. And they didn't have anything to fall back on. And
Yeah.
so you taste it, but it's like so many have came and so many have left, and that's part of it, not going through the grind, not understanding what you're doing it for, because when you can start looking at it from that perspective, your outlook change on the way you view things,
Mm.
you know. So it's one of those things, man. A lot of people that start with you don't finish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, I thank God for everything I've been through because, I know where I am and who I am in this business.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mm.
sir. You've been with so many artists. Were you ever intimidated with your voice, with your talent? Were you ever intimidated by any of them?
No, sir.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sir. And that's no disrespect.
Yeah.
That's no disrespect. It's just I have to give a big shout out to my mother, man, and she's going through right now. We were in New York last week at Sirius XM, and me and the band was we were up there performing for Black Music Month, and I found out she had a massive stroke, and
Oh, sorry to hear that.
so things have been kind of a little emotional for me, man. But I have to give a shout out to my mother because I can remember as a kid how she had me and my brother doing things to break our fear at a very young. I can remember as early as probably 5 or 6. Uh, I never touched a drum in my life, but we was in church one day. They needed a drummer. My mom stood up and said he can play, and she put me on the drums. And my first couple of times, man, I cried like a baby. I'm a little kid with all these people, and I'm sitting there trying to play drums, but I would do it at home. So to say what I'm saying is my mom took time to help because on my mom's side, everybody sing and play instruments, and on my dad's side, everybody play and sing. And so she took time out to push me to a whole nother level. So when it came time for me to do what I was doing or doing what I do now, it's like this is a gift God gave you. So use it. So it wasn't a thing of me trying to outdo anybody because I could never do that. It was just I just know who I am and what God gave me.
Mm.
Wow.
Beautiful, brother.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it, man. Man, I know you. I mean, man, I know it's got to be tough, seeing your mother go through what
Yeah.
she's.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know you. Sing gospel as well. What's one of the
Yes,
songs?
sir.
What's one of the songs your mother loves to hear you sing?
Man, to be honest with you, man, my mom is a musical person. So she loves anything I do, because she knows it's coming from my heart.
Yeah.
Anything I do. One of my sisters said, brother, I love you so much. But your mama wakes me up playing your music. She go to bed playing
That's
your
what's
music.
up.
She
That's
stay on
what's up.
YouTube and she like, brother, I love you, but I just gotta turn the TV off sometime. Cause she would play every song you got on YouTube,
Oh, man.
So whether it's gospel or the R&B song, man, she loves what I do. One of the songs she do love is I Won't Complain.
Yeah.
And just even singing with my cousins in the quartet group, she loves pretty much. She's just a musical person. My dad is too. So and once again, man, so even in my R&B shows or just period, people know I'm coming from a place of my heart. I'm giving them my all. I'm not up there just, some people can sing because they just
Mm.
got it, and
Mm-hmm.
they can do things that singers can't do. But some people can sing and then have the anointing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I pray that God keeps me protected and keep my anointing because I just truly want to touch somebody along the way.
Man, we
Man, that's
praying that your mother,
great, man.
praying your
One
mother
one last
speedy
question.
recovery, man.
Who's
Definitely.
on your playlist? Who do you listen to?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, pretty much everybody, you know. And that's just the God honest truth, man. Um, I still listen to Sam Cooke. I still,
Yeah.
even being with Charlie Wilson, I still listen to Charlie Wilson. Being with Keith Sweat, I still listen to Keith Sweat. Tank, I still listen to Tank. I love Tank. Anthony Hamilton, the Isley brothers, Teddy P,
Yes, sir.
uh,
Yes, sir.
Gerald Levert, the
Yeah.
OJs. Those guys are, on my playlist. I remember doing a show with oh man, the guy's name is right on he was right on the tip of my tongue, man. But he was the first black guy to make $1 million singing country music.
Man,
Older guy was it Charlie Pride? Wasn't Charlie Pride?
Charlie Pride. Thank
Charlie
you.
Pride. Okay, yeah.
Charlie
Okay.
Pride, man. Charlie,
Gosh.
I did what is this song?
Man,
Okay. Break Baby My Heart, or I'm trying to think of the song. I had an opportunity to cover one of his songs.
okay.
man, that's my mom's that's my mom's best singer, man. Wow.
And man, I got pictures. I'll send them to you guys, man. But I got pictures. I got pictures with Charlie Pride. Kiss a Baby Goodnight, or
Yeah, Angel in the morning or something like that. Yeah.
Kiss an Angel or something.
Yeah.
I had a chance to cover that song, man, and listening to his story, like some of the stuff that they were booking him for. One of the stories he told me, man, the Ku Klux Klan hired him to come in and do a show because back then they didn't put his picture on the album cover.
Yeah.
And they supported his music so much to where when he got in town, he told them, "I'm here to perform." They put him in a room and he couldn't come out. They still wanted him to perform, but he had to perform in a room where he couldn't come out, man. And so just being around people like that and having somebody like him to say, "You guys don't know how blessed you have it."
Wow.
Like, you guys can actually be open and do what God gave you to do. Take advantage of every moment of it. So them type of moments, man, it's stuff like that. I've been blessed to be around some great people that has steered me in the right direction.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure have.
Wow.
Man, it's legendary for real.
Yeah, man.
Man.
It's been beautiful, man. It's been beautiful.
Man, LeVelle, man, it is always a pleasure, my man.
Yes,
Man, thank y'all. Once again, man, we can't do this without y'all, man. So people say, man, this guy always happy to do this. I am, because when we can get the understanding of we here for each other, and we making changes by just us connecting, just being there for each other, man. We gonna be so much better. So thank y'all for even allowing me to be back on the show, man. Thank y'all. And big shout out to Pam as well.
Yes, big shout out to Pam. Man, appreciate you. LeVelle, man, much love to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all, man.
Yes,
Thank y'all.
Continued success.
Yeah, we wishing your mother speedy recovery, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our thoughts and prayers, man. Appreciate you. Let everybody know before we let you go, about this new project, how they can follow you, and give them, your social media information.
Yeah, so the new project is LeVelle All in Love. And it's 13 tracks on there, y'all. 12, but a bonus, I put Fell in Love back on there.
Yes.
But from start to finish, it's something on there for everybody. Please go check it out. Go check out Sugar, Intimacy, Words. So much on there, y'all. Just go check it out. I'm on every streaming platform. If you guys want to follow me, everything is LeVelle, LeVelle, BKC, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LeVelle BKC. Y'all go send me an invite. Come follow me. I'll follow you right back. Let's connect. Let's just go get it.
Check him out.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
LeVelle.
It's
Yes,
been a
sir.
pleasure, bro.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
man.
Check him
Thank
out.
Yeah.
y'all.
Hey, LeVelle, you gotta give us a little something, man. Give us a little croon. Give us a little something, man. Give us a little something, man. A little something, baby.
Let me see. I never will forget the day I kept rehearsing all the words I would say. The weather was almost as pretty as you. I was nervous, but still I had to get it out. Hey girl, here it goes. I gotta let you know that it's amazing how you make me feel. Whoa, I never let you go. We gonna be invisible. To my surprise, she said, that's how I feel. And then that's when the earth stood still. When we fell in love. That's when my life
LeVelle.
found purpose. When we fell in love, I knew that I was done with searching. Yes, sir.
LeVelle.
Man,
Yeah, man.
LeVelle,
Yeah,
baby.
man. Thank y'all so much,
pleasure,
man.
Thank
bro.
you, man.
And
Thank you
big
so
shout
much.
out to my team, man.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, man. And big shout out to my team at Push Group, Chuck Burton, them, and Pam, my whole team, man. Thank y'all so much for having me here. And let's stay connected,
We
guys.
will,
Sir.
man. We
Yes,
will
sir.
enjoy
Yes,
it.
sir.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank y'all.
Cedric, that's all I got, baby.
That's all I got. Peace out.
All right,
Take care,
y'all. Much
LeVelle.
love.
Talk
All
to you
Much
right
soon,
now.
love.
LeVelle. Much love.
All right.